Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, February 26, 2025. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has welcomed the latest Fitch ratings, which has affirmed Jamaica's long-term foreign currency issuer default rating, IDR, at BB-, with the outlook remaining positive.
Jamaica's BB- ratings reflect stronger governance than the peer median. What does that mean? That Jamaica's management is better than countries in its peer group. It says significant progress with debt reduction, a sound fiscal framework, and a strong political commitment to deliver large primary surpluses. That's the rating agency's review of Jamaica.
Fitch outlined that Jamaica's debt to gross domestic product (GDP) has fallen to a forecast of 70.8% in fiscal year 2024-2025 from a high of 135.3% of GDP in fiscal year 2012-2013. The positive outlook reflects Fitch's expectation of continued improvement in debt metrics and further strengthening of the policy framework over the next few years, including climate risk mitigants.
Rating agencies don't just look at our financial position. They are an aggregation of a large volume of information about a country. And they are usually very good at determining what is happening in a country.
The Prime Minister was addressing a diaspora town hall in Barbados on Friday, following his participation in the 48th CARICOM Heads of Government meeting. Dr. Holness says the government intends to keep its foot firmly planted on fiscal discipline and good fiscal management while positioning Jamaica for growth.
The fiscal agenda it's good because you are using your revenues, your own resources, to treat with the needs of the people. But coming from Jamaica's position, where the unmet needs are so great, you need to find a way to expand your earned resources very quickly. Because what will happen if you don't do that is that the political pressure will get very overwhelming, and it will just destroy the fiscal sacrifice that has been made.
The government has allocated with immediate effect $40 million to facilitate the trucking of water in several parishes experiencing disruptions in supply due to meteorological drought conditions. The funds will be drawn from the $150 million previously approved by Cabinet for water distribution efforts. The affected parishes are Manchester, Westmoreland, Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, Portland, and St. Thomas. Speaking at a post-cabinet press briefing this morning, Minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Samuda, said the disbursement of funds would be managed through the respective municipalities.
The trucking program will be overseen by the municipalities. We'll be making those transfers through the Ministry of Local Government from MEGJC this week. This will allow members of Parliament and councillors to immediately respond to those most in need, and this is the first of many other steps.
He attributes the situation to changing weather patterns.
Minimum temperatures in January. We've seen significant increases in February, but it would be too early to report on that. But what this has triggered for the National Water Commission is not a national issue, not a national problem, but 23 of our systems are experiencing shortfalls in their water intake, meaning 5% of our water systems are now being regulated.
Despite the challenges, residents in the corporate area have not been affected by water restrictions. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is expanding its regional roadshow and job fair across the island. It's being done under the theme, Transforming Jamaica's Workforce for Greater Resilience and Sustainable Development. Portfolio Minister Pernell Charles Jr. gave the details at today's post-cabinet press briefing. He says the event aligns with the record low unemployment rate of 3.5% and seeks to further equip Jamaicans with the opportunity for employable skills development and social protection services.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security continues its commitment towards empowering Jamaica's workforce through these island-wide regional roadshows. The roadshow is aimed at enhancing public awareness on the key labor and employment issues.
Minister Charles Jr. says the roadshows are expected to attract over 500 physical and virtual attendees. Key features include a special focus on labor market inclusion, catering to youth, persons with disabilities, women, seniors, and pensioners.
We will also be inviting and receiving our colleagues from the U.S. Embassy who will join us to provide information on the adjustments as it relates to the U.S. Seasonal Employment Program that we can expect based on adjustments to their immigration policies, and also to provide any clarity for Jamaicans exploring employment opportunities abroad.
The roadshow was first held in Montego Bay and St. Anne, and a third staging in Manchester happened earlier today. Pregnant women are being urged to identify their risks for eclampsia early, join high-risk antenatal clinics, and closely monitor their blood pressure in order to act quickly at the first sign of trouble. The advice comes from Program Development Officer and Public Health Specialist in the Ministry of Health's Family Unit, Dr. Carol Lord. She was speaking at a JIS think tank. Preeclampsia is high blood pressure, which usually occurs around 20 weeks into a pregnancy. It is associated with a protein in the urine with or without swelling of the hands, feet, and face, while eclampsia is a severe form of preeclampsia that causes seizures and can be life-threatening. Dr. Lord explains that preeclampsia and eclampsia are among the leading causes of maternal and neonatal mortality and morbidity in recent years.
Once we can recognize the signs quickly and seek care can improve the lives of the babies and the mother. So the key to better outcomes lies in early detection, proper medical and community support.
Dr. Lord references the outcome of a research she led, which analyzed 788 medical records of mothers at public hospitals in the Southeast Regional Health Authority between 2015 and 2019.
The stillbirth rate was 7 to 1 per 1,000 births. 7 to 1 in every 1,000 births, compared to 6 per 1,000 births for persons who were normotensive. This is something that we have to stop.
And finally, Minister of Finance and the Public Service Favour Williams will open the budget debate on March 11. As Chief of the country's finance, her inaugural presentation is highly anticipated. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness will make his contribution on March 20. Meanwhile, opposition spokesman on finance, Julian Robinson, and leader of the opposition, Mark Golding, will speak on March 13 and 18, respectively. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.